Hi, this is Team Review questions 8, 9, and 10. Angela is building a patio in her backyard. She is interested in using both brick and wood for the flooring of the patio. Below is the plan she has created for the patio. So this is about building a patio and using two different materials. Second read, Angela is building a patio in her backyard. She is interested in using both brick and wood for the flooring of the patio. Below is the plan she has created for the patio. Still don't know the question, so I'm going to keep reading. Write two equivalent expressions that represent the total area of the patio. I see what I have to do. I have to write two equivalent expressions. One an expanded form as a sum, where two things are added, and one as a factored form as a product, where two things are multiplied, or something is being multiplied. Third read. Now I'm going to read for important information. Angela is building a patio in her backyard. She is interested in using both brick and wood for the flooring in her patio. That is telling me that I'm going to need to add two different materials. Below is the plan she has created for the patio. The clue word here is the word and, because that is telling me I'm going to have to add something. Write two expressions that represent the total area of the patio. That again tells me I'm going to need to add or multiply. Area tells me I'm going to be needing to use the area formula. The area formula is area equals length times width, or width times length, doesn't matter. Okay, here's the given information. The width is 9.5 and the length is y and 7. So this area is going to be made of brick. This area is going to be made of wood. So the area, the total area is 9.5 times y, which I don't know. 9.5 y, I don't know how long that's going to be. Excuse me, 9.5 y, and also plus, also there's going to be the brick area, which is going to be 9.5 times 7, which is 66.5, 66.5. So as a sum, the area will be 9.5 y plus 66.5. Good. Now, as a factored form, as a product, I can simply take the width of the entire patio, which is going to be 9.5, and then I can multiply that times the entire length. Well, the entire length is going to be y, which is the length of the brick, plus 7, which is the length of the wood. I don't know how long the brick section of the patio is going to be, which is why I use a variable, because that variable represents the number. So I have two expressions, 9.5y plus 66.5 and 9.5 times y plus 7. Question 9. It's asking me to use the distributive property to write the expression in factored form. So I have the expression 48k plus 16. This is as a sum, two terms that are added together, and I need to write it as a factor. So I'm going to have some number times two things that are being added together, some term plus some term. For the term that goes, for the factor that goes outside the parentheses, I need to try to find the greatest common factor. Okay? I'll be there in a second. I'm going to find the greatest common factor of 48 and 16. So for 48, the factors are 1 times 48, 2 times 24, 3 times 18, excuse me, 3 times 16, 3 times 6 is 18, 3 times 10 is 30, so 3 times 16 is 48, 4 times 12, 5 doesn't go. 6 goes. 6 times 8. So 48 has a lot of different factors. Okay, let's try 16. 16, I can do 1 times 16, 2 times 8, 3 doesn't go, 4 doesn't go, 5 doesn't go. No, that's enough. All right, now let's look for the greatest common factor. The greatest common one that is in both of these is 16. That is the greatest common factor. So that's the factor that goes outside of the parentheses. 16 times, what's the other factor? Well, 16 times 3, so I've got to make 48k. So inside here, I've got to have 16 times 3k. This factor here needs to be the factor that makes 16. Well, that'll be 1. So it's 16 times 3k, which equals to 48k, and 16 times 1, which is equal to 16. So I know that these two expressions are equal to each other. They are equivalent. Number 10. Use the distributive property to write expressions in expanded form. All right, now this one I have to do the opposite. So here I have to take the factor outside and multiply it by both of the factors inside, all of the factors inside. In this case, there are 2 of them. So with the shortcut, the reminder for that is, we call that the double rainbow, -7 times 4 and -7 times 9y. I'm going to write this out. So it's going to be -7 times 4 plus and -7 times 9y. So -7 times 4 is -28. Opposite sign, answer negative. Plus -7 times 9y is -63y. And then in standard form, I can change that. So this is totally fine. You can leave it at this. -28, whoopsie, -28 plus -63y. I can leave it at that. Or you can also do -28 minus 63y. Both of these are acceptable.